loves, welcome back to my channel, Reading and Retail. If you're new here, my name is Crystal. Welcome. So today we're going to talk about Debbie Macomber, The Perfect Christmas. So for this review, I will be using my own prompts. So the first prompt is to read the synopsis. What would make your Christmas perfect? For Cassie Beaumont, it's meeting her perfect match. Cassie, at 33, wants a husband and kids, and so far nothing has worked. Not blind dates, not the internet, and certainly not leaving love to chance. So what's left? A professional matchmaker. His name is Simon Dotson, and he is very choosy about his clients that he takes on. Cassie finds Simon very difficult, a know-it-all, and she is astonished when he accepts her as a client. Claiming he has her perfect mate in mind, Simon assigns her to 3 tasks to complete before Christmas. The first task is to be a charity bell ringer. The second task is dressing up as Santa's elf at a children's party. And the third task is preparing a traditional turkey dinner for her neighbors, of which she doesn't get along with any of them. So despite a number of comical mishaps, Cassie does all of these things, and she's finally ready to meet her match. Now, one thing that the synopsis does not tell you, and this is funny, the matchmaker's fee is $30,000. Now, he does make up a contract that says if he matches them up with someone and it does not work out, it is fully refundable. So yeah, there's that, but 30 grand, I'm sorry, no. Now, she meets this matchmaker through her best friend, Angie. Now, her best friend, Angie, he does not take her on as a client because one of his rules is, well, he's got 2 important rules. The first rule is you cannot be already in love with someone. And he suspects that Angie is in love with someone, so he tells her, I can't take you on as a client. The second rule is he tells all his clients, you may not fall in love with me. Now, being that he's arrogant, I don't see that being a problem, but he states in the past, some of his clients has fallen in love with him. Now, I've got my prompts over here to make sure I don't miss anything. So my second prompt is to judge the cover. I absolutely purchased this for the cover. When I purchased this, I wanted something Christmassy, and this screams Christmas. And Debbie is one of my favorite authors. I have a cube dedicated to her behind me. So the cover, to me, I love it. Spot on. The next prompt is, how would I rate it as far as stars? I do rate this as a 5-star. There was nothing in this book that I did not like. I was not bored. It held my attention. I read this in one day. So I was very super excited of how much I loved this book. The next prompt is my favorite character. Now, in the book, they mentioned that she had to make dinner, Thanksgiving dinner for her neighbors. Mr. Oliver is one of her neighbors. He is the grumpiest old man in the book. He's my favorite character. He's one of those, she always described every time she had bags from shopping coming home, she would yell at him to hold the elevator for her because she didn't have any hands available, and he would always push the button to make the elevator close, and I would crack up. One time, yes, but every single time it was so funny. So he was my favorite character. The funny character that I chose out of this book, her name is Mrs. Mulinex. The reason why she was so funny to me, Mrs. Mulinex loved to steal her paper. She would go, it was like a community mailbox. She would go and she would steal her paper, and she would cut out the coupons of her paper, and then after she got all the coupons that she wanted, she would roll it back up and stuff it in the box. So of course, when she got her paper, she'd open it up and it'd be full of holes of where the missing coupons were. She was kind of grumpy as well, but yeah, that just used to crack me up every time she would steal her paper. And when she went over to invite her for Thanksgiving dinner, she was like, and by the way, I know it's you that is stealing my paper. Stop stealing my paper. It was just so comical to me. My favorite moment in this book was on Thanksgiving dinner. There is a part where she notices that her ring is missing. She took off her ring while she was making the dressing for the stuffing. So in sheer panic, she looked for her ring everywhere, and she was like, oh my God, the last place that I saw it is when I took it off to do the stuffing. So they went through dinner, and she was trying to keep everybody from eating the stuffing and making excuses and trying to pass vegetables. And it was so funny because the whole time, of course, we know the ring wasn't in the stuffing, but it was just such a disaster, her trying to keep everybody from eating the stuffing. The next prompt is an emotional moment. Now, when she was doing Santa's Helpers, the elf, they put her up on this wire where she flies down to greet the children. And it was, and that was just a disaster too. So some kids were scared of the elves, some kids were afraid of Santa, and they didn't want to cooperate, and everybody was tired. But the emotional moment was, and it tugged at your heartstrings. The emotional moment was when a little girl asked Santa for her daddy back for Christmas. Apparently her parents got divorced and he left, and the only thing that she wanted for Christmas was her daddy back. So that kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little bit, because of course it caused Cassie to cry, because it's just an emotional moment for her as well. The next prompt is the plot twist without spoilers. And yes, this book got me because I was super shocked to find out the twist in this story is that there are 3 love connections in this story. One of them I kind of guessed, but 2 of them were so far-fetched that I didn't even see it coming. I was so shocked. I was like, wait, what? So can't say who it is, of course, because I don't do spoilers. But yeah, there's 3 romances in here. I couldn't ask for a better story. To get 1 is great, but to get 3, wow. So the very last thing on my list is this stash or pass. Now, I'm pretty sure you could tell that I love this book. I gave it a 5 stars. It was brilliant. I read it in one day. All repetitive stuff, I know. This I'm going to have to stash on my bookshelf. I don't think I'm emotionally ready to get rid of it yet. I may want to pass it on to a coworker because one of her favorite authors as well is Debbie. So if you like this, let me know down in the comments below if you've read it. What do you think? If you've made it this far, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Everybody stay safe out there, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.